Good Monday afternoon. This is your true CLJ coming up you live, and this time this video is going to be a review. I'm doing a movie review on a movie that I have liked it and fell in love with, and got a lot of media feedback from it, and people are left and right over it, and they're on a mixed bag, mixed reviews, and this movie, it is Hillbilly Elegy, directed by Ron Howard and produced it by his studio Imagine Entertainment, that stars Glenn Close and Amy Adams. And what's the actor's name? And I do forgive me for that, man. Forgive me for not knowing. Let me see here. What is the actor's name for Hillbilly Elegy? Let me see, the one that played J.D Vance. His name is, let me see, Gabriel Basso as the adult J.D Vance. And who's the junior J.D Basso, or the kid version? Let me see, ladies and gentlemen, and let me check here. I know he is named who acted him. I know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very out of the loop with this one because I really don't watch new movies no more, and this really surprised me. I know. I mean, if you know me on social media, you know I am a diehard Ron Howard fan, and I love it. And I love him. I've been a fan of his since 19. Let me see, 1988. That's the earliest I go. And anything, well, most of his movies that I like, most of them, okay, and let's be real here, I don't like 100% of his movies. I don't like Night Shift, I can't stand that. Haven't saw The Paper, haven't, it was a terrible traversity with the Da Vinci Code and Angels and Demons. I didn't like that, none of them. And what else? I didn't care for The Heart of the Ocean. I didn't care for, what else? Frost Nixon, and too political for me. Didn't care for that one either. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this, it's not like I just, I'm just ride or die for him. I like most of his movies, and ladies, let me go and get to the cast and crew of it. I do apologize, but let's see here. Who played as? His name is. Let me see. It is Owen. How you pronounce this? Let me see. Owen. Let me see. Asztalos. I don't know. Forgive me for butchering his name, but he played. He was the past J.D Vance, and here's my 2 cents on it, ladies and gentlemen. I will give it a solid 8 out of 10, a very great 8 out of 10. Is it Oscar worthy? I mean, it's debatable. I mean, Oscars. I mean, if you're working in Hollywood, of course you want those Oscars. I mean, I'm sorry, but if I was, I'm a indie author myself, I would want, many Oscars for my works. It's mainly because you get more of, you get more attention, you get more of the spotlight. Meanwhile, now with the Black Panther thing, no, they didn't deserve none of that. And I gave that movie, I will always give Black Panther, the first one, a 6 out of 10. It's above average, and that's it. It did not deserve. Logan from 2017 deserved a lot more. The Dark Knight trilogy deserved a lot more. Spider-Man 2, I mean, the original X-Men, the first one from 2000. Yeah, I mean, even to some degree, the Avengers. I mean, Infinity War should have got some Oscars. I mean, come on now, really. And Endgame, oh, I did not like Endgame at all. That was probably the weakest next to Age of Ultron. It was just blah, And, but yeah, I mean, that's true. Oscars doesn't make the movies. It's whoever likes the characters, the actors, the story, the producers, and the directions of it, and all that good stuff. Yeah. So, so Oscars is it's debatable. Do I believe that Hillbilly Elegy should get it? Let me see. Let me think about that shit because Glenn Close and Amy Adams they haven't yet to get one. I think they're going to get it with this one. I really do. I think they're going to get it, but that's okay. That's okay. Nothing wrong with getting rewards. I mean, Glenn Close stole that movie. I mean, she totally nailed it. I mean, boom. I mean, you cannot find no faults with her, and she looks just like the real Mama from from what the book is based on. But yeah, I mean, absolutely, 100%. I say if you get an Oscars for it, I mean, why not? So, I mean, is it Oscar bait? I mean, again, it's up to the person, I took my nostalgia goggles off, and I'm being as non-biased as can be. I mean, personally, I mean, do I think it deserve it? I mean, it's very good. It's a drama. I mean, it got a person like me. I know. You can say, well, Ron Howard directed it, but again, I only like most of his movies, not all of them. Yeah, I mean, exactly. So yeah, it's taster's choice at the end of the day. It really is, ladies and gentlemen. Do I say you should get it? Yeah, you can get it. I mean, why not? Again, it's a reward. It's like, congratulations, here's your plaque, here's your reward, and that's it. I mean, does it deserve the harsh criticism for it? No, absolutely not. Is this some type of a Trump propaganda machine? No, it is not, because the director himself doesn't like Trump one bit. So, I don't know. I mean, people, you gotta understand. I mean, this is a gray morale area that we live in as human beings. All that stuff on social media from these keyboard warriors and keyboard social justice warriors and all that crap about them not liking Trump or the president or Biden or Harris, and it's all fast game. It's all acting. It's all based on people being still plugged to that matrix, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, in the real world, you don't see a fraction of all this junk going on. Not one bit. A Trump supporter and is not going to care whether or not that you care for those 59 genders and all that, and the LGBTQ TQ community is not going to care whether or not that you voted for Trump. At the end of the day, and because me now, personally, I can put me on the spot for a little bit. I worked in retail. I worked in hospitality for 25 years, people. I mean, even during the Trump presidency, I didn't see none of this stuff in person, and I'm pretty sure that I served and ran into and gave thanks and wished everybody well who was both Magna Hats. I served a group of them in a restaurant last year. They didn't cut, they didn't start nothing. They was in there minding their business. People who and then believe it or not, there was a lesbian couple sitting across from them on the other side. Not one word was spoken. They ate and they just moved on. I mean, minding your business is very paramount, people. So all that crap on social media, it's all fake. It's all baloney. It's all a divide. Oh, it's all about a division. It's all a division. The 4 Ds: desperation, destruction, division, and deceit. That's all it is. But yeah, so at the end of the day, this is a movie, so people really need to unplug ourselves from that. Just because the author is a Trump supporter doesn't mean that he is the Antichrist. He's the villain. Come on now. I mean, if we can't even, if I mean, bipartisan is the best way. Is the best for humanity because if we're busy fighting against each other, who's going to save us? We can't save ourselves. We're against each other. Kind of like in the wilds, kind of like in the wildlife. I mean, if animals don't have each other's backs, then they won't have no backs. Let's go back to Hillbilly Elegy and yeah. So all that negative reviews and negative critics from it. No, they're wrong. All of them are. No, it's a, for me, 8 out of 10. It's not perfect, but it's good. It really is. Now here's some positives of it that I loved of it. Now, now this is based off of nostalgia, but we're all 13-year-olds before. I mean, this goes to white, black. It doesn't really matter. It really does, because I grew up in same areas that look just like that. Same. No, I wasn't on drugs. No, my family were, but distant relatives were, and yeah, we saw firsthand. And so we kept far away from. We gave distance and everything. So yeah, being 13, so 1997, and I was, 1997, I was 13, so everything looked it spot on. I mean, the atmosphere, everything, the cinematography, even the foods were 97. I mean, the TVs, the homes, I mean, everything. It just looked. That's what made me fall in love with it. So kudos to the director and the cinematographer because they did a wonderful job. Now we go to, the mother of it and spoilers, but, people online that spoil anything anyways. So, the mother was just a real, oh boy, I couldn't have the patience to deal with somebody like that. No, I wouldn't have had the patience. No. I would just left her to just rot, to be honest, but that's just me. Yeah, she was doing them drugs, and it was nice. She was in the hospital in those roller skates. But wow, that was unbelievable. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, back in the day, what's weird that they don't have those Dare commercials no more. They don't have none of them no more. Those just don't. They just don't exist no more. We don't see no anti-drug commercials no more. We don't see Dare. We don't see. There's no respect for the police. Well, if you say there's no respect for police officers because, again, media is full of it. So, again, unplug yourself from the matrix. But yeah, so we don't see that stuff no more. And we wonder why kids, they legalized marijuana for really, come on now. If you want true peace and happiness, meditate, pray, be in one with yourself, with your soul and your spirit. That's how you find true peace, not drugs. And what else? And let's see what else we go on. But Amy Adams, she killed it, totally nailed it. You love to hate her. And Glenn Close, that was the star. Oh man, that was the star of the whole movie. Yeah, again, tough love. That's what's missing in these homes too, ladies and gentlemen. It's what's missing. That's what's missing. She raised him right, and he did it. J.D. did it, and the sister, phenomenal job. I think her name was Lindsay, I believe, and even the side characters did their job, and I love the opening act. Yeah, when those redneck boy or hillbilly boys picked a fight with him, and then I think that was either the one of Bev's boyfriends, and he stole that he stole that kid. I would do the same thing. In fact, I'd do it now. I kid you not. Kid walk up to me thinking they bad. I'm gonna show them who's bad. That's what happens. You don't raise your kids properly. Authority and respect is missing in this generation. So, and what else? And I like the adult JD scenes. And now, I think that's about it for now. I think that's about it for the positivity. Now we're gonna get to the negativity of it. Why I gave it an 8 instead of a 10. Well, and a special shout out to a Movie Mash. You can find him on Facebook and YouTube. Movie Mash said this, and it was right on the money. They jumped at the scenes from young JD to adult JD. I did not like that one bit. They should have kept it. They should have kept it young JD for the first act and a half, and then went to the adult JD. They should have had JD Vance in the military. They should have had him in that. They should have had more scenes with adult, with adult JD. They should have had more scenes with, with the with kid JD. I didn't like that at all. To me, it just felt very, very, what's that word? It felt very epileptic. It was just flashing, back to back to back to back to back. It was very chaotic. I didn't like that one bit. They should have kept it. That was me. I would have had Act One, Young JD. Act One and a half, Young JD. Act Two, then we get into JD as he served the military. Then Act Two and a half. Then we get to adult JD, with his mother and all that, and then that's where we stay. There's no going back and forth. So that's where I feel that's where the movie really dropped the ball on. And see any other negatives, and I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it for the negatives. And I'm about to go end this, and yeah, very great movie, very solid. I mean, is it Oscar bait? That's up to you to decide. For me, I mean, I don't value movies for its Oscars. I value for its inspiration, its creativity, is fun factor to a degree. Can I watch it 100 times without getting bored, type of thing. And Hillbilly Elegy is one of those movies. So you know, two thumbs. Well, I guess a thumb and a quarter of a thumb up for it. Way to go, Ron Howard. You did it again. Until next time, this is yours true, CLJ. Peace, love, and happiness. See ya in the next movie review with CLJ.